com.
We believe strongly in the power of education.
We also understand the impact it has on the success of communities across Indiana.
We see this through our work at the IHSAA, teaching 160,000 student athletes through education-based athletics.
And we see this through our work at Ivy Tech, where over 90,000 Indiana high school students are earning dual college credit while finishing high school.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig.
And I'm Dr. Sue Ellsperman, President of Ivy Tech Community College.
We're proud to partner with organizations like Ivy Tech that prioritize education and community.
At Ivy Tech, we have more than 70 programs,
helping Indiana high school students get a head start on college and their careers.
We offer the state's most affordable tuition and have saved families over $100 million this year.
Providing learning opportunities for Hoosier students is how we build a strong Indiana. This is the power of community.
This is the impact of education.
This is your IHSAA.
Sometimes it feels like it's next to impossible being a teenager these days.
There's so much uncertainty, pressure, and comparison.
That's why I'm so thankful to be a student athlete. I'm Lena Jones from Plymouth High School.
And I'm Whitman Horton from Crawfordsville High School. High school sports surround student athletes with people who can build us up when we struggle.
Our coaches mentor us in the game and in life.
Our teammates become our best friends as we work together.
We have support from everyone around us. Managers, parents, fans, our entire communities.
It really does take a village because they all contribute. They all make sacrifices. They all want to see us succeed.
Having people who have our back and believe in us lifts us up unlike anything else.
I am IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports and the encouraging environment it provides by buying a ticket to your school's athletic events. This is supporting student athletes. This is believing in high schools. This is your IHSAA.
In high school sports, it's fun making big plays, facing off against your school's rival, and winning games.
But behind those exciting moments is a lot of hard work, perseverance, and mental toughness. I'm Kate Garden from Wawasee High School.
And I'm Claire Hack from Jennings County High School. High school sports help student athletes develop the mindset we need to face life's challenges, be resilient, and embrace the uncomfortable.
We learn that overcoming adversity is how we grow, and by leaning into challenges, we develop courage and integrity.
We discover there are no shortcuts to success, and that it only comes when preparation meets opportunity.
Behind all the fun and excitement of playing, we are growing as people and learning powerful life lessons through high school sports.
I am IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support the second classroom by buying a ticket to your school's athletic events. Thank you for being a champion of high school sports. This is developing resilience. This is conquering challenges. This is your IHSAA.
More than X's and O's, playing high school football has taught me respect for my coaches and teammates, our opponents, and the officials.
On the softball field, I learned how to be accountable for my actions and how they affect the rest of my team.
Every game reminds us that humility means winning with class and losing with grace. I'm Dante Pope from Maryville High School.
And I'm Ashton Elpers from North Posey High School. These are just some of the lessons we learned from high school sports that we'll carry with us for the rest of our lives.
Wins and losses, highs and lows, success and failure, they are all part of being a student athlete and a human being.
Learning how to handle these ups and downs on the field prepares us to handle them off the field, too.
I am IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports and the lessons they teach by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is developing character. This is education-based athletics. This is your IHSAA.
One of my favorite things about playing high school sports is being a part of something bigger than myself.
I love being a part of a team and having a place where I belong. I'm Georgia Ferguson from East Central High School.
And I'm Jace Martin from North Harrison High School. The moments that often stand out most for student athletes happen off the playing field.
It's the team dinners, bus rides, and the music in the locker room.
It's the camaraderie, shared experiences, and being with your friends.
That sense of community helps you develop pride in who you are and what you represent.
Playing high school sports is where the values of your team, school, and community are on display for everyone to see.
It's a chance to show the best of us and make memories that will last a lifetime.
I am IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports and support these memorable moments by buying a ticket to your school's athletic events. This is forging friendships. This is building community. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, can you give me my phone? I need to text my mom back.
Yeah, just make sure you're watching the road. Hey, watch out!
21% of distracted driving crashes result in death. In 2023, over 400 people died from texting and driving. Distracted driving is primarily a problem with teenagers, with 1 in 3 teens admitting to texting while driving and 58% of teen crashes being related to distracted driving.
Hey man, can you text my mom so I can keep my eyes on the road?
Of course, man. Anything to keep you safe.
Hello and welcome, sports fans from around the region. It's springtime, which means here on the Bulldog Network, it's baseball time. I'm Cameron Qualls alongside Braydon, Zamojski, and Braydon. I'm just happy to be back in baseball.
Absolutely. I mean, this is such a nice facility. They finished it last year, one of the best in the region. Honestly, one of the best in the state, and we are so privileged that we are up here in a warm press box on a windy, cold day.
A more brisk spring day, as I like to say, but today is a conference matchup between the undefeated 3-0 Bulldogs and albeit with a short game sample, 1-0 LaPorte Slicers. Shaping up to be a good game. One team is going to have a loss after the no more undefeated streak for that team, and it's always the conference matchups that are the tightest and most competitive.
Yeah, and that's honestly going to be something the Bulldogs are new to this season, as they have blown out every opponent they've played. Evansville Memorial with a 13-1 win, Castle with an 18-3 win, and Twin Lakes with a 12-2 win. They have scored a lot this season, which is something that they struggled with last year, so almost a complete switch as they were number 1 in the preseason poll and have shown it thus far.
And obviously last season a very disappointing end to their season, losing in sectionals, which is not what this team expected. This team was expected to go at least to regionals and even going to state. But for right now, the first pitch is about to start with number 22, Logan Johnston. 6'4", big pitcher on the mound, also hitting today as first batter, number 7, Nate Moses, will take the plate. First pitch, ball outside. 1-0 for the count as Johnston goes for the second. Inside for ball number 2. Starting off, trying to get him to chase, a very good approach, getting LaPorte to go after the ball. And that one will hit the strike zone. 2-1 count now for the Bulldogs.
Trying to get him to kind of swing here early, but then just kind of giving him one right there. Finds it right there, though.
Swing and a miss for Moses. 2-2 count.
Now, Logan Johnston, a very talented pitcher committed to the University of Indiana. He'll join his fellow former teammate Logan Cotton after the season.
And got him on the outside, caught the zone. It will be a reverse K for Logan Johnston to start this game out.
That's got to feel good if you're Logan Johnston, kind of get your feet under you early, especially in a conference matchup like this one.
And now up to bat is number 4, Keegan Ramos, the second baseman. Johnston lining up for the first pitch of the second at bat. Over to right field, and it will hook foul. Got some air under it, though. A good way for LaPorte to get the bat on the ball and get a feel for this. And, again, a cold spring game.
Yeah, it's a little colder. Sometimes might feel a little more stiff. Very good to get early contact, although that was a foul ball.
Johnston now second pitch of the at-bat. Contact down the middle of the field. And here we go. Easy play for second baseman Connor Trapp. Sorry, second baseman Nathan Sheets, as that will be 2 outs for the Bulldogs to start this off. And number 13, Chad Rusbolt, the first baseman, will be up to bat. Third at bat, 2 up, 2 down.
Logan Cotton almost reached down and grabbed that one, just barely sniffed under his glove.
Swing and a miss on the breaking ball for strike 1.
I say that is the talent of these Crown Point pitchers. I've had the chance to talk to some of them, and they all say their breaking balls and off-speed pitches are where their talent lies.
Fouled off for strike 2. And we did a dog pound just the other week with Logan Johnston and Callan Fagurski, along with Coach Steve Strayer. What was it like to talk to those two and Steve Strayer about their future aspirations for this team?
It's a confident group, and I think it's justified. But Coach Strayer kind of was more level-headed than the two guys, just kind of saying that they need to stay humble. But again, I talk about their record so far, 3-0. It's been impressive, and they've proven that they deserve that #1 spot.
And now down the middle, Sheets gets it again, throws it over to first. It's high. And it looks like Rusbolt will stay at first. It is a single on an error for the Slicers. And now in the 4th spot, number 12, Benedict Cody, the pitcher, will go up to bat for the 4th at-bat of this game. Runner on first, 2 outs. 0-0 count now.
Just a little unlucky that throw, excuse me. Just kind of sailed over the head of the first baseman for the Bulldogs. And just unfortunate for Crown Point early.
Runner thinking, doesn't go. Foul ball, 0-1 count.
This LaPorte team doing a very good job early of not swinging at pitches that are just on the outside or inside. Logan Johnson trying to get these guys to chase. Not working so far.
First lefty batter that Johnson has faced today. Outside will stay a ball. Now 1-1 count for Johnston. Rusbolt leading off. Trap ready for the pickoff. Johnson checks. Outside. Taken for strike 2. 1-2 count now. One more pitch to put this inning away. Retire the only runner on base. Johnson checks the runner. The wind, the pitch. Thought about it, and the ball will be inside. 2-2 count now for Benedict Cody. Johnson again looking. Hit one all the way out left field. Foul ball, fighting back against this. Still 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on first.
And Johnson did a great job on strike 2 there, finding just the corner of the zone right on the edge. And something he might look to do here is a couple pitches seen.
Johnson, pop fly, infield, and it will be easily settled under for Andrew Long, ending the top of the first inning. And now we get to see what these Bulldogs can do on the mound, or sorry, on the plate.
Yeah, they've stepped up their firepower again, like I said last year. Not really able to get a lot offensively, more of a defensive team, but doing a better job this season of getting on base, and we're going to see that on display here.
Crown Point hitting lineup goes Nathan Sheets, Caden Matusak, Sean Dunlap as your first 3 hitters. Definitely nothing to complain about. Caden Matusak, of course, committed to Michigan. Sean Dunlap famously committed to Tennessee to be a volunteer next season. Very talented group of seniors.
Yeah, and Sean Dunlap looked at in the MLB draft, projected a late first, early second round pick. I mean, got to look good if you're Steve Strayer.
Number 1 catcher in the 2026 class. And definitely one of the big leaders for this team, not only being a senior, but being one of the most, if not the most talented player to come through this program ever.
Yeah, I mean, you have some MLB talent already that's come through here. But, I mean, Zach Plezak, the notable one, but Sean Dunlap will definitely kind of be added to that list of the most talented to ever play for the Bulldogs.
And, of course, all eyes on him during the senior season, making sure he leaves no one's head unturned and leaves his mark on Bulldog baseball forever.
And this is a senior that had committed to Tennessee his junior year, but split time catching. And so he kind of looks to take over this year as the starting catcher for this team. Only started some games, also had some injury problems last season, but he's fully healthy, and I mean, we're about to see what he can do here at the plate. later in this inning if the Bulldogs get to him.
But yeah, split time last season with Jace Horton, who is now graduated, as Nathan Sheets gets ready with the final warm-up pitches coming out to start the bottom of the first for the Bulldogs. LaPorte needs to make a statement here for their pitching, only getting one runner on base in that last inning. They were getting contact, I will say.
Yeah, they're doing a very good job of finding contact early on Johnston, and any contact was fouled off. And so not the worst thing. You're seeing a lot of pitches from him, seeing how he can move the ball, where his breaking balls are going to go. So not a bad inning for the Slicers. And right here on the defensive side, they're definitely going to, if they can keep a 0 on the board for the Bulldogs, I mean, you got to have a smile on your face.
Exactly. And now up to bat number 2, Nathan Sheets, the second baseman. Of course, making that first out of the inning, but also making that overthrow that led to the runner on first. Time to make up that overthrow with a plate appearance. Winds for the pitch. Cracked out to left field. And he settles under it for the first out of this game. Joey Kirk with the catch.
Nate Sheets, the sophomore, trying to go yard on the first pitch given to the Bulldogs.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. Got a little too much under it, and Joey Kirk did an amazing job tracking it. A little bit sunny day today. Didn't lose the ball in the sun or anything.
And Benedict Cody goes up for the first ball. Caden Matusak up to bat for the Bulldogs. And that will be a strike. 1-1 with 1 out now for Caden Matusak. As Cody gets ready, winds up. Outside for a ball. 2-1 count now.
And that strike he took seemed to be right down the middle, just not too hesitant to swing.
And there it is, out to left field. Center fielder running for it, and will get there. Callan Matsky will make the catch for the Slicers. Caden Matusak, first 2 hitters retired early in this inning, but here he comes, number 23, Sean Dunlap, to hit for the Bulldogs. The catcher, again, the most anticipated batter of this whole lineup.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do here. He definitely has the size to hit one far. And again, that was a good hit by Caden Matusak. Just a better play by Callan Matska of the Slicers to be able to run that one down.
Cody winding up for the second pitch. And Sean cracks it out to left field. And it will be foul, but oh my goodness.
We just saw the power out of Sean Dunlap. I talked about his size as he was walking up to the plate the first time. And wow, he took all of that ball, just sailed it a little left, unfortunately.
You can see it on the broadcast. There is a big red sign in left field called, said, hit it here. He's taking it seriously as he chops one in between 6 and 5. And it is a single for Sean Dunlap, getting the Bulldogs going. Up to bat now, hitting for Max Gurnick is the designated hitter number 9, Connor Gaines, trying to capitalize off of Sean's single. This feels very repetitive.
Yeah, Connor Gaines, one of the juniors on this team. And he looks to advance Sean Dunlap as a pick attempt by the Slicers is unsuccessful. Sean Dunlap taking a very big lead out.
Sean also one of the faster players on this team. And a wild pitch, and Sean will run and take second base. A stolen base for Sean Dunlap, a pretty easy one at that. 2-0 count now with 2 outs. Cody gets back on the mound trying to recollect. Connor Gaines gets ready.
LaPorte really needs to get that third out right about now. They're in a tough spot.
And now Cody checks the runner, takes the pitch, out to right field. He's running, and it'll go over the fence. Foul ball, 2-1 count.
Again, good contact early by Crown Point. Just again, trying to swing as many bats as possible. It's a very aggressive team offensively, and we see that right there.
Connor Gaines watches ball 3-1 count. A run would not be very, I'll say, advised.
You're not going to get a lot of these Crown Point batters with pitches on the outside of the zone. They're very, very good eyes, and as he takes, again, that one.
And that should be ball 4 unless the scoreboard is lying to me. 3-1 count. And it's popped up to center field. And there we go, settled under by Keegan Ramos. 0-0 through 1 inning. And we will be right back with second inning coverage for you here on the Bulldog Network when we come back from this break.
One of my favorite things about playing high school sports is being a part of something bigger than myself.
I love being a part of a team and having a place where I belong. I'm Georgia Ferguson from East Central High School.
And I'm Jace Martin from North Harrison High School. The moments that often stand out most for student athletes happen off the playing field.
It's the team dinners, bus rides, and the music in the locker room.
It's the camaraderie, shared experiences, and being with your friends.
That sense of community helps you develop pride in who you are and what you represent.
Playing high school sports is where the values of your team, school, and community are on display for everyone to see.
It's a chance to show the best of us and make memories that will last a lifetime.
I am IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports and support these memorable moments by buying a ticket to your school's athletic events. This is forging friendships. This is building community. This is your IHSAA.
And welcome back to spring baseball coverage here on the Bulldog Network. I'm Cameron Qualls alongside Braydon Zamojski. The second inning now, 0-0, Crown Point versus LaPorte. And a pretty copy and paste inning for both teams. It was pretty much the same.
Yeah, I mean, they both got their third hitters on first base, and then quick pop fly outs to end the inning. But I think if you're LaPorte right now, a 0-0 game is exactly where you want to be. You're against one of the top teams in the state, one of the most offensive teams in the state, and you held them to 0 runs pretty early and played very good defense on top of that.
And getting ready to bat for LaPorte, number 9 left fielder Joey Kirk, ready to face Logan Johnston for the first time today. Get something going in the second inning, spark a little fire in the Slicers.
And Kirk made a great play earlier in the bottom of the first to get out the Crown Point batter, Nate Sheets, on the first at-bat of the game. Nate Sheets had driven one deep into left field, and Joey Kirk did a very good job tracking that one. So showed his defensive ability so far in this one. We'll see if he has a little bit of offense for the Slicers.
Kirk now stepping into the box. Johnston getting ready for the first pitch of the second inning. Getting ready to start off well. Johnston winds up. And a swing and a miss for the first pitch of the second inning. 0-1 count now, 0 outs. Johnston winds up quick for the second. Fouled off, 0-2 now.
Kirk staying aggressive at the plate. I mean, swung at the first 2 pitches.
Now Johnston gets ready, winds, throws, and that'll be inside. 1-2 count now for Joey Kirk. He lines back up. Johnston wasting no time. And that will be low. 2-2 count now, even for Kirk. Johnston winds, fifth pitch, And that'll be low too. Full count now after being up 0-2 to start.
Just trying to find the bottom of the zone on the past two pitches has not worked. There we see
And
him.
that will be fouled all the way over to left field by the admission gate as he survives that. Still full count, 0 outs. Johnston for the makeup pitch. Fouled. Johnston will grab it and a little toss over to first base. Easy out for Logan Johnston.
Logan Johnson almost making things harder than it had to be for himself as he tried to run into a little underhand pitch. As Kirk almost made it on base, but he was able to get the ball to Connor Trapp. So 1 out in this one.
And now, instead of catcher Noah Combs, designated hitter Xander Daly will be your DH today. As Johnston catches the outside of the strike zone. 0-1 now for Daly. Johnston winds for the second, and that is high, wild pitch. No one on base, no one advances. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out now for the Slicers. Johnson goes to recollect himself. Daly gets ready in the box. Johnston winds up, throws, and catches the bottom. 1-2 count now for the Slicers. 1 out still. As Johnston goes outside. 2-2 count now. You're seeing a lot of these where he starts off really well, he gets to 2 strikes, and then he tries to get him chasing with these outside pitches, and they're not falling for it. LaPorte is showing a lot of plate discipline, as we saw it again there, full count.
We saw that a lot last year to Logan Johnson as a junior, and that resulted in him getting pulled out of games quite often, and something that seems to be continuing early here in his senior
And
campaign.
outside, Logan Johnson's first walk of the game. Xander Daly now on first base as number 20, third baseman John Wrinkle will come up to hit.
Sean Dunlap going over to talk to his pitcher with some words of encouragement, and Logan Johnson, just struggling to find the zone early in this one. I mean, it could be a little cold outside. His hands are getting a little cold, a little harder to kind of grip the ball the same way that you normally would if it was a little warmer out.
Johnson with the first. Gets the strike. 0-1 count now. Runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the second. As Johnson checks the runner. Winds up 0-1. And low fastball, 1-1 count now for Johnston. As Wrinkle lines back up, Johnson fouled off. 1-2 count now for John Wrinkle. Still runner on first, 1 out here. 1-2 count. The Bulldogs really need an out here. Johnson goes for the pick. And quickly back is Daly.
Not the biggest leadoff for Daly. So a bit of a, maybe just trying to switch some stuff up on the pick, catch him off guard, but to no avail.
And Johnson outside pitch for ball 2. A lot of his pitches against righty batters today have been going outside and high.
Trying to get them to chase, and they're not biting on anything.
Johnston checks the runner, winds up, all the way out to short.
That is exactly what you need if you're a slicer.
And it will get down. John Wrinkle with the single. Now runners on first and second for LaPorte. And number 11, Jordan Anderson, the shortstop, will come in to the box.
Wrinkle doing a great job of just finding that gap right behind second base and right in front of center field. And it's almost a perfect spot to hit it if you're looking to hit it at any given time. And he's doing a great job. Advance Daly to second. And now LaPorte could find themselves very quickly in a near scoring opportunity here.
Johnson checks second base. Checks it again. Pitches inside, almost hitting Anderson. 1-0 count now. Still one out here in the top of the second. 0-0 is still your score. As Logan Johnston checks second. Winds for second pitch of the at-bat. And what are they calling here? Seems like an official's timeout. Now, second pitch. Doesn't catch the zone. 2-0 now for Johnson and Anderson. 2-0 count, one out. Runners on second and first. Johnson checks second. Winds, pitches, and a swing and a miss for strike one. Finally getting something through the zone. 2-1 now for Johnston. Johnston checks second. Gets ready. Pitches. Fouled right into Sean Dunlap's mitt. 2-2 now for Jordan Anderson at the plate. Anderson now getting ready. Logan checking. Checking two, checking one. Two again. Johnston gets him looking on the strike. 2 outs now for Logan Johnston in this inning.
Logan Johnson struggling to find his rhythm here early, but doing a great job of getting the strikeout there for 2 outs. Now just looks to close out the top of the second for the Bulldogs.
Johnson checking second, doing a double take, an outside ball one. 1-0 is your count, 0-0 is your score. Runners on second and first. Logan Johnston getting ready for the second pitch of this at-bat. And gets him with the outside ball. 1-1 now is your count.
And again, we would like to thank you for watching in on the Bulldog Network. We apologize that we don't have a score bug yet up on your screen. But technical difficulties here early this spring as we have been making the adjustment from baseball after basketball season.
Low ball now, 2-1 count. Callan Matsky in the box, ready for Johnston's pitch. Johnston checks second. Pitches inside. 3-1 count now. Johnston behind here again, as we keep seeing. Taking a little bit of an extra step off the mound to collect himself, get ready.
You got to think at what point is, not too bad yet. He gives up 1 or 2 runs here. You could see Coach Strayer maybe make a pitching change. I mean, he's got a deep bullpen.
Johnston, and that is hit out to Trapp, but Connor Trapp cannot get there. Still a full count, 2 outs. A strike here would be huge to get the Bulldogs and Johnston out of this inning and let them recollect and show what they're made of on the plate.
This is where we see that senior leadership from Logan Johnston. Just need him to get the Bulldogs something here.
Johnson with 2 outs on a full count, looking at second, pitches, and gets the swing and a miss. But it will be a foul. Guess the batter caught a piece of that one. Johnson now getting ready again to try and seal away this full count and the top of the second inning. Checks 2. Gets ready. And ball 4 now, and the bases are loaded as Logan Johnson pitches it a little low for ball 4, and we are back at the top of the order. Nate Moses, the right fielder, now in, as we will have a mound visit for Crown Point. I can only imagine what they are saying.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be just telling him to calm down. He hasn't been doing terrible on the mound today, but just struggling to find some of those pitches where he's trying to get guys to look or chase. They're not chasing, and so he's just struggling to find the zone when he tries to drop it down there, and maybe just kind of tell him to calm his nerves. They know his talent, obviously. I mean, committed to play D1 baseball next spring, and I mean, trust himself and trust himself on the mound there.
Trust the process, as they always say. And Nate Moses ready to hit for the Slicers. Bases loaded. A great opportunity for them to capitalize and get a lead on the Bulldogs. It's Johnson for the first pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 count now for Moses. Johnson, again, trying to prove something here, trying to get out of this inning, recollect. Second pitch. Swing and a miss again in the same spot. 0-2 count now for the Bulldogs. A 1-2-3 pitch out would really help them here. Here he goes, and that's outside. 1-2 count now for Moses.
Another ball here would really hurt Logan Johnston and his confidence there on the mound. I mean, getting even and then even worse, a full count.
Fouled off. Moses survives the at-bat. 1-2 still with 2 outs. 0-0 is your score. Bases are loaded. Johnston gets ready. 1-2 pitch. Winds. And that will be high. 2-2 now for Johnston. Again, a very familiar feeling at the moment.
It appears that some Crown Point players are headed over into the bullpen. So Steve Strayer could be making a change.
Well, there we go, as Johnston finally gets the final strike to retire Moses and retire the Slicers for the second inning. And now they got to make it up at the plate.
Absolutely, and Crown Point is, I mean, they were kind of struggling there on defense in that inning. Logan Johnson kind of being the forefront of that. Just again, like you said, trusting the process and playing to your abilities. When you're one of the best teams, a lot of times the only teams that can beat you are yourselves. And so for Crown Point, just not getting into that hole against a conference opponent, the game's going to be tight. The game's going to be tough. And so for Crown Point, I mean, getting a couple runs here would benefit them greatly.
And now getting ready to go up to bat will be Brody Langens, the junior, getting ready. We got to see something out of the Bulldogs right now on the plate.
And Brody Langens, I mean, he's a big hitter for this Bulldogs team, a junior, someone that the coaching staff has been rather impressed with this offseason and the start of this season, and he's going to have to come up big here for Crown Point.
The center fielder getting ready in the circle. And LaPorte just has to find a way to take a step up from what Crown Point was doing on the mound, which is hitting your spots.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I mean, first inning, you exit with a 0 on the board for Crown Point, which is good. But, I mean, now you're going to get into the long of the game, and you're going to get into the battles with batters. And this is where you're really going to have to come out strong. And if they get another 0 on the board here, they're sitting pretty if you're LaPorte.
Tony Benedict now facing Langens. And Benedict will miss on his first pitch. 1-0 count now for Langens. Benedict Cody catches the zone for his second pitch. 1-1 count now for the Bulldogs. Cody for pitch 3, and it's hit out to left field. Chasing, and caught by the left fielder, Joey Kirk again. Langens retired early in this inning
And once again, Joey Kirk is doing an amazing job of tracking that ball. Caught it on the run this time. And Crown Point is really going to have to find more ways to get balls into play other than just flies out into the outfield.
Up to bat now, number 13, third baseman Andrew Long to face Benedict Cody for the first time. His first pitch catches the outside. 0-1 count now, 1 out. No one on base. Score still 0-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Second pitch, 2 outside that time, 1-1. Andrew Long gets ready for the third pitch. Cody winds. Catches the outside again. 1-2 count now. Long yet to even think about swinging at the baseball. Benedict Cody with the 1-2 pitch. Outside, doesn't catch it. That time, 2-2 count now for Andrew Long.
And great ball vision from Long, not taking anything he doesn't like and just sitting patient.
Andrew Long outside again and gets him looking. 3 outside strikes, 5 outside pitches for Benedict Cody.
Not swinging, coming back to bite Long. And I mean, here we have Logan Johnson up the bat now. Kind of redemption here for that kind of pitch, his pitching suffering. And so now we'll see what he can do here on the mound.
And outside, doesn't catch it that time. Another outside pitch. It is outside pitch after outside pitch after outside pitch.
It's almost the opposite problem that Logan Johnson was having, is the slicers have been able to find the strike zone when they try to go outside.
Fouled off for Johnston. 1-1 count now, 2 outs here for Logan Johnston. Benedict Cody getting ready for his third pitch on Johnston. Cody catches the zone. 1-2 count now. Logan Johnston looking to just get contact to not get the 1-2-3 inning. Here we go, Benedict Cody, and Johnston goes out swinging. That is 3 outs, 1-2-3 inning for the Slicers. A great pitching performance by Benedict Cody, and when we come back, it will be the start of the third inning here on the Bulldog Network.
Sometimes it feels like it's next to impossible being a teenager these days.
There's so much uncertainty, pressure, and comparison.
That's why I'm so thankful to be a student athlete. I'm Lena Jones from Plymouth High School.
And I'm Whitman Horton from Crawfordsville High School. High school sports surround student athletes with people who can build us up when we struggle.
Our coaches mentor us in the game and in life.
Our teammates become our best friends as we work together.
We have support from everyone around us. Managers, parents, fans, our entire communities.
It really does take a village because they all contribute. They all make sacrifices. They all want to see us succeed.
Having people who have our back and believe in us lifts us up unlike anything else.
I am IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports and the encouraging environment it provides by buying a ticket to your school's athletic events. This is supporting student athletes. This is believing in high schools. This is your IHSAA.
And welcome back to Bulldog Baseball as the third inning is about to start. The Bulldogs are taking the field. Johnston still on the mound for the Bulldogs, and leading off now for the Slicers is number 4, Keegan Ramos, the second baseman.
And the Slicers having a bit of momentum now after, honestly, an amazing performance on defense in the bottom of the second.
Johnston, inside pitch, 1-0 count now. Maybe trying to intimidate Ramos. I don't really know.
And Crown Point has sent a pitcher to the bullpen. Appears to be Callan Figurski, but I cannot get too good of a vantage.
I don't have my binoculars on me.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Don't have my monocle on me today, so cannot quite tell who that is. I guess we'll see maybe in a little bit.
And there it is, easily grabbed over to Connor Trapp, who takes the extra step and will make the play.
there's a skill from this Crown Point infield of doing a very good job. Is
Kaden
Matusak.
Kaden Matusak, the shortstop.
The Michigan commit, doing a very good job of getting that ball over to first base in a timely manner.
And it looks like on the mound, I'm trying to see. It is very hard to see from here. Take a strike, 0-1 count now for CT Rusbolt. And take strike 2 now. Good start for Johnston, finally coming out to a lead. 0-2 count now for CT. And 1, 2, 3. Johnston gets him swinging. 2 outs now for the Bulldogs. This is starting to become a very quick game.
Yeah, and Crown Point just doing a very good job there. And it does appear that is Calvin Figurski in the bullpen, so we could see him come in for relief of Logan Johnston. Calvin Figurski committed to junior college.
And now lefty batter number 12, Benedict Cody, the pitcher, who just struck out Johnston before this inning. 0-1 count now, 2 outs, no one on base. Still 0-0 in the top of the third. Logan Johnston catches the outside. Now 0-2. A 1-2-3 inning would be big for these Bulldogs right now. Johnson gets ready. The 0-2 pitch. Johnston doesn't get the bottom. 1-2 now as Cody takes the low fastball.
Johnston continually struggling to find the bottom of the zone here in this game.
Fouled off to the left. Still 1-2. Johnston trying to find a way to seal this third inning. Doesn't catch the bottom again. 2-2 now for Johnston. Benedict Cody looking for any type of contact. Wind up for Johnston. Right back to him, and he loses the ball, trying to find a trap, and got it to Connor Trapp on time. 1-2-3 inning for the Bulldogs. That's what you like to see.
Smiles on the face of Caden Matuzak as he went over to Connor Trapp, but Logan Johnston is just kind of trying to recover himself as he thought he had corralled that hit very easily into his glove, but dropping it, but able to recover over to Connor Trapp for the out for the Bulldogs. And this Crown Point infield has kind of bailed their pitcher out so far in this one.
Yeah, still a 0-0 game. No big hits to really speak of besides that one drooper to mid-center field. It's been very competitive, though.
Yeah, I mean, you get a conference matchup no matter how good one team is versus another. You should get a close game, and Calvin Figurski continues to warm up in the bullpen for Crown Point. The Olive Harvey College commit, one of the seniors on this team. Only a couple seniors for the Bulldogs. Kaden Matuzak, Tyler Sheets, Andrew Long, Calvin Figurski, Logan Johnston, and Sean Dunlap. Oh, and Kason Munez. So a bit of a smaller senior group. I mean, you're still going to graduate quite a bit, and the impact of these seniors, I think, is what's more important. Sean Dunlap, Kaden Matuzak, the two bigger ones of that list. But I mean, you got a good group to kind of fill in. I mean, Riley Ackerman, the Northwestern commit, Carson Payne, Brody Langhans. I mean, the Bulldogs are not left hung out to dry in any means.
They are still in good hands after this season. Number 19, first baseman Connor Trapp will go up to face Benedict Cody for the first time today. The Bulldogs are just now getting to their last two batters of their lineup for the first time in the bottom of the third.
Not what you would like to see, particularly.
It's been 1-2-3 mostly for the Bulldogs, and fouled off over the press box, over our heads. 1-1 count now.
Softball team on the other side of us might have to watch out. Potential ball landing in the middle of their game going on right now.
Connor Trapp gets ready for the third pitch. gets it out to center field, and the play is made by Matsky to get the first out of this inning. And here comes for the first time Nomikos Zeronius, the left fielder, facing Benedict Cody for the first time. We are now at the bottom. On deck, Nathan Sheets. The first pitch is high. Ball 1-0 count now with 1 out, no runners on base. Scoreless here in the bottom of the third. And if you're just joining, I'm Cameron Qualls alongside Braydon Zamojski here on the Bulldog Network, bringing you spring Bulldog baseball coverage for the first time this year. And Zeronius right back to Matsky. Nathan Sheets now going up to the box, trying to make something out of this inning, or it's going to be another 1-2-3, 1-2-3 scoreless inning.
Yeah, I mean, this LaPorte outfield, kind of the story for them today, just doing a very good job. And Kirk and Matsky, both with a couple outs between the two of them, just amazing defense out of them today. I mean, albeit some of them were just common pop flies, but still, could lose the ball in the sun. Is it setting inconveniently in the face of the athletes today?
And Sheets gets one out to center field. Matsky, 3 for him in this inning, 1-2-3 inning again. And that is the end of the third inning. And when we come back, fourth inning coverage, seeing if the Slicers or the Bulldogs can put any numbers on the board. Stay tuned here on the Bulldog Network.
One of my favorite things about playing high school sports is being a part of something bigger than myself.
I love being a part of a team and having a place where I belong. I'm Georgia Ferguson from East Central High School.
And I'm Jace Martin from North Harrison High School. The moments that often stand out most for student athletes happen off the playing field.
It's the team dinners, bus rides, and the music in the locker room.
It's the camaraderie, shared experiences, and being with your friends.
That sense of community helps you develop pride in who you are and what you represent.
Playing high school sports is where the values of your team, school, and community are on display for everyone to see.
It's a chance to show the best of us and make memories that will last a lifetime.
I am IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports and support these memorable moments by buying a ticket to your school's athletic events. This is forging friendships. This is building community. This is your IHSAA.
And welcome back to the Bulldog Network. The fourth inning is where we're at here, almost halfway through this game and still scoreless. Bulldogs and Slicers barely even being able to put anybody on base, except for the Slicers having some momentum in the last inning, getting full bases loaded. I can't speak today.
Yeah, and I mean, Logan Johnson is staying on the mound for the Bulldogs so far. We saw Calvin Ferguson in the bullpen, could be making that shift soon, but I mean, he continues to shut the Slicers out. So
swing and a miss by left fielder Joey Kirk as he faces Johnston for the second time, and Kirk fouls it off. 0-2 count now for Joey Kirk. Johnston, again, just trying to get back to batting. Defense wins championships, but scoring makes you win.
Yeah, that is probably the best way I've ever heard that put. And there we see Logan Johnson making a great play after he was almost not able to corral the first one. He wasn't able to corral one last inning. He was able to find it there and get the quick out for the Bulldogs.
Now number 10, Xander Daly, the designated hitter, hitting for Noah Combs. Looking to get the first hit in the last 2 innings. As he hits a ground ball over second base, easily over to Trapp for the second out. 1-2 so far.
And there is that improved pitching from Logan Johnston, doing a much better job now in this one. As the Crown bullpen had 1 player in it, now it appears to have 6 or 7.
as John Wrinkle, the third baseman, gives it over to the right field line. Connor Trapp, 1-2-3 inning again. Have you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day, Braydon?
You know, I kind of get the gist of it. I've seen it maybe once or twice. But no, I do agree. But the only difference is that Wrinkle didn't get on base this time, as he is now 1 for 2 at bat.
Still feels like we're living the same inning over
and over
and
and
over again.
0-0. There's about 8 zeros on the scoreboard right now.
But still, even then, Benedict Cody looking to add to that streak. Ready to face Crown Point once again, has been able to stop them from even getting to third base.
You know, Crown Point went on a little road trip to start their season, and they scored a combined, I think, 33-plus runs in those 3 games. And apparently they left it all on the bus.
I mean, averaging 11 runs through their first 3 games is nothing to gawk at. But still, right now, they're not showing that.
Yeah, and I talked about them showing it in those 3 games, but not now. And this is actually probably the worst starting performance, I mean, obviously, out of the Bulldogs so far this season. So
I mean, maybe LaPorte is unproven.
Yeah, I mean, they are 1-0.
1-0, you know, nothing, no big sample size, as I said in the intro, to really look at, but still something to pay attention to.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, this is the LaPorte team that, you know, doesn't always have the strongest athletic teams. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe this is their year, and I guess if they can find a way to upset the Bulldogs, that's a great start to their season.
Leadoff hitter Caden Matusak takes ball 1 from Benedict Cody. Cody now gets ready and lines up for his second pitch for the bottom of the 4th. And we'll take ball 2. 2-0 count now. The Bulldogs ahead in the count for the first time in a while. Benedict Cody and Caden hits it out to center field. And it will drop a single for Caden Matusak, getting some runners on base finally for the Bulldogs. And Sean Dunlap coming to clean it all up, hopefully.
Sean Dunlap in the big bat up to go to the plate now. But again, Matusak, I mean, he wanted 2 there after hitting that drooper into mid-center field. He kind of rounded first base looking for some more, but just backtracked and kind of stayed a little patient and a little humble, kind of took what he was given there.
That's all you can do right now. You cannot afford to get an out on trying to reach for another base. Sean Dunlap, the first pitch from Benedict Cody is up. Ball 1, 1-0 count. Runner on first. Still 0-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Sean Dunlap gets ready to face his second pitch of the at-bat from Benedict Cody. And here and outside, Caden going for the steal, and he will be safe. And he thought about going for third base, but will stay at the advice of his coach.
No, I would have gone for 3 there. I mean, that was a
then
very
you would have
great,
been out.
No, that was a great opportunity. The ball was kind of fumbled around in center field.
So that'll be 1 stolen base for Caden Matusak. 2-0 count now. Sean Dunlap getting ready for his third pitch. Cody checks the runner. Sean swing and a foul ball. 2-1 count now for Sean Dunlap. Still 0 outs for the Bulldogs.
Caden Matusak very, very aggressive on the base, I'll say. I mean, always going to have to be one that you check the base a couple times. You never know when he's going to go.
Cody, 2-1 count now on Sean Dunlap. Checks the runner, winds pitches. Sean hits it towards center. Grabbed, and Sean will get the single. Choosing not to throw it is Jordan Anderson. And now runners at the corners here for the Bulldogs. And number 9, Connor Gaines comes in, again DHing for Max Gurnick. There's only one better position to be in right now, and that's if the bases were loaded. 0 outs, runners in the corners.
And you've been ahead of the count, both batters so far. I mean, Sean Dunlap's just doing an amazing job of getting that ball into play, finding another gap. I mean, that's the second time he's been able to find a gap in the coverage here for LaPorte and then get on base as a result of that.
Connor Gaines getting ready to face his first pitch of the 4th inning. No activity in LaPorte's bullpen so far, as Gaines goes for the pickoff against Sean Dunlap and won't get it. Sean quickly and easily getting back to first base. Benedict Cody now ready to throw his first pitch against Connor Gaines since the 2nd inning. Connor Gaines takes strike 1. 0-1 count now for Connor Gaines at the plate. Benedict Cody looking to retire his first runner of the inning, as Benedict Cody gets ready and tries to pick off Sean Dunlap. Again, will not result in success. Benedict Cody getting ready again to throw his only 2nd pitch of this at-bat. And Dunlap stealing, and he gets there, throw to home, will get Caden Matusak. So no run. Runners now on 2nd and 1st. Sean Dunlap on 1st, Sean Dunlap on 2nd, Connor Gaines on 1st. Matusak out at the plate for the first out of this inning. Number 3, Brody Langhands, the center fielder, will now come to bat, facing Benedict Cody for the 2nd time this game.
And Caden Matusak actually thought he was safe, thought he got around the tag. Umpires say otherwise. So we'll be 1 out so far in this one.
Langhands takes high, ball 1. 1-0 count now for Benedict Cody on the mound. Again, starting off behind. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Still 0-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Langhands watches the 2nd pitch and hits it foul to right field into the softball game again.
Yeah, I mean, high right field is exactly the trajectory that you would need to get over into the softball field. So
1-1 now with 1 out. Still 0-0. Cody checks 2nd. Pitches outside. 2-1 now for Benedict Cody on the mound. Dunlap on 2nd. Gaines on 1st. Langhands at the plate.
Dunlap with a huge leadoff at 2nd.
And Langhands late on that one. Fouls the ball off. 2-2 now for Brody Langhands. And you are absolutely right. Sean Dunlap taking a massive leadoff. He knows how fast he is.
Yeah, and I think he's comfortable with his ability to get back to the bag. I mean, 6'4" frame. One of the tallest on this team. 2nd tallest. Only behind Nolan Newell and Logan Johnston at 6'5".
Langhands swing and a miss for Brody Langhands. 2 outs now. A very good out for the Slicers, being able to stop 1 runner in scoring position so far. If they can get another out here, they will have left 2 runners on base.
A mound visit for LaPorte. Just a quick little chat.
A quick little chat between Noah Combs and Benedict Cody, as Andrew Long, the 3rd baseman, number 13, collects himself, getting ready to bat, trying to bring the Bulldogs home and get some numbers on the board that aren't strikes, balls, and outs.
Yeah, I mean, we have just a bunch of goose eggs on the board right now. I know it was just Easter, but I thought the Easter Bunny had picked up all of his eggs before this game had started. Apparently not.
Andrew Long gets ready to face Benedict Cody for the 2nd time this game. Cody looking at first, taking a 2nd, looking at 2nd base at Sean Dunlap. Pitches, Long late on that one, fouls it off into the fence. 0-1 count now for Andrew Long. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
And Dunlap had just stared down Cody Benedict when he had looked for the pickoff attempt. Sean Dunlap trying to intimidate the Slicers pitcher.
Hey, I mean, what else can you do? It's been four scoreless innings. You got to find some way. Half the game's mental.
Yeah, win the mental game and win the physical game, and a lot of times is how it goes.
And here we go, 0-1 pitch to Andrew Long. Swing and a miss. Sean going for third. And he will get the steal as Connor Gaines follows to second base. Now in an even better scoring position. Sean Dunlap on third base, Connor Gaines on second base, Andrew Long at the plate. Facing Benedict Cody, 0-2 count here.
Just a bullpen update for Crown Point. They now have kind of cleared out a little bit. One pitcher, one catcher now.
Outside pitch, 1-2 count for Andrew Long. As Benedict Cody gets ready to try and fool the Bulldogs here. Benedict Cody sets, 1-2 pitch here. Andrew Long, foul ball. Foul ball for Andrew Long. Now 1-2 count, 2 outs, and out here would be big for the Slicers. Dunlap on third, Gaines on second.
Dunlap on third. That is a scary statement if you're a LaPorte fan. Really need to get out of this one. Benedict does.
And out and missed by first baseman. Dunlap into home. Gaines rounding. Gaines into home. It is a 2 RBI single for Andrew Long as first baseman Chad Rusbolt couldn't get to the ball. And Logan Johnston now will come up to the plate to follow the 2-run single. 2 outs here. Johnston 0 for 1 in this game.
Now here come the Bulldogs. They score 2 runs here, and we'll see if they can continue or if Benedict will win against the other pitcher once again.
Andrew Long leading off first, gets for the pickoff, and the ball is wild. Johnson. Andrew Long will not advance. Johnston talking to Coach Steve Strayer, talking about what to do. Strayer giving him a little bit of a pep talk. So far having not the best day on the mound and on the plate.
Coach Steve Strayer, one of the best in the entire state of Indiana. Crown Point, again, doing a very good job picking their coaches. Coach Bazin of the football team, Coach Swan of the basketball team, and Coach Strayer of the baseball team, all some of the best in the entire state.
Johnston, check swing did not go. 1-0 count now for Logan Johnston. 2 outs here. It is now 2-0 Bulldogs as another pickoff attempt on Andrew Long will again not be successful. Hasn't gotten one yet.
LaPorte really needs to find a way to get one more out and get out of this inning.
A foul ball by Logan Johnston. 1-1 now for Johnston. 2 outs here. Benedict Cody trying to find a way out of this inning to regroup and try and get something going at the plate for them. There hasn't been anything for them besides that little loaded bases situation earlier this game, and another pickoff attempt. Again, not successful. Benedict Cody getting ready on the mound. 1-1 pitch, 2 outs. Another pickoff attempt on Andrew Long. You think he's got unlimited of those?
I mean, I don't know. You could see Cody Benedict do it again and again and again all day long.
Up and in pitch for ball 2. 2-1 is your count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Bulldogs lead at 2-0. Here goes Benedict Cody now with the 2-1 pitch. Checks Andrew Long, pitches, and the ball gets free of the catcher, Noah Combs. And now Andrew Long stealing second base. Cody Benedict ready to pitch. Here comes Benedict, and Johnston will get his second strike. Now a full count with 2 outs. Here's the tester pitch.
Big swing out of Johnston there for strike 2. We'll see if he remains patient or if he goes for the fences here on a potential strike 3 of the full count.
And Benedict and Johnston over to second base and will be retired. Bulldogs now out of the 4th inning, but not for nothing, as it is 2-0 ending the 4th inning. When we come back, we'll see if the Slicers can come back from going down 2-0 here on the Bulldog Network. Stay tuned.
Hey, can you empty my phone? I need to text my mom back.
Yeah, just make sure you're watching the road. Hey, watch out!
21% of distracted driving crashes result in death. In 2023, over 400 people died from texting and driving. Distracted driving is primarily a problem with teenagers, with 1 in 3 teens admitting to texting while driving and 58% of teen crashes being related to distracted driving.
Hey man, can you text my mom so I can keep my eyes on the road?
Of course, man. Anything to keep you safe. Oh, my head. I can't focus.
Have you been on your phone a lot today?
Not more than usual. A recent report found that teenagers spend an average of 8 hours and 39 minutes on screens per day. The recommended screen time for teens is no more than 2 hours. Screen time is proven to cause headaches. So instead of complaining about your headache, check your screen time.
And welcome back to spring baseball here on the Bulldog Network. I'm Cameron Qualls alongside Braydon Zamojski. 5th inning is where we're at here in this Bulldog Slicer matchup. 2-0 is your score. Bulldogs leading. Just had a great hitting inning, at least compared to what has already been seen. Johnston still on the mound as of now, but there has been bullpen action with Callan Figurski getting some warm-up pitches. LaPorte's bullpen still cold, and the leadoff hitter for LaPorte will be number 11, Jordan Anderson, the shortstop.
Now, I'm not sure. I mean, you talked about Groundhog Day earlier. I haven't seen that movie in a while. I don't know how he ends up breaking the cycle, but however, I mean, he did it. Apparently, he told Crown Point how to do it there as they go up 2 at their last offensive inning.
And a low pitch for ball 1. 1-0 count to start the inning here for Logan Johnston. As Johnston goes outside, ball 2 now. Logan Johnston behind to start the inning. Jordan Anderson ready for the 3rd pitch. As Johnston winds up on the 2-0 pitch, check swing. And it will be ball 3. He did not go. 3-0 count. A walk would not be a good way to start this inning after coming off so hot. But Johnston will go for the 4th pitch, and there he will catch the strike zone. 3-1 now for Logan Johnston on the mound. Getting a little bit of a comeback pitch there. Here's the 5th pitch, and it will be ball 4. Walking the first runner, Jordan Anderson, and now Callan Matsky, the center fielder, to follow up that walk. 0 outs still in this inning.
Callan Matsky with just a great performance so far defensively for the Slicers, looking to continue that on the offensive side of the ball.
Johnson checks the runner. Matsky will swing high for strike 1. 0-1 count now for Colin Matsky. Checks Anderson. Johnston's 2nd pitch. Matsky fouls off. 0-2 now for Matsky. Johnston looking to retire his first runner this inning. As Johnston getting ready, checks the runner. And the pitch. And is that a hit? It looks like he barely dodged it.
And, you know, Logan Johnson wiping off his hand, even looked at it down. As soon as that ball kind of came off his hands, slipped totally out of his hands.
And even though he missed the plate, we saw the movement on what looked like a cutter. As Logan Johnston gets ready, checks the runner. And a high pitch, 2-2 now is your count. Callan Matsky surviving after being down 0-2 just a few moments ago. On first is Jordan Anderson. And Johnston, pop fly. Sean Dunlap, and that thing is nowhere to be found unless you climb over that giant fence.
Yeah, I don't think Sean Dunlap's doing that anytime soon. And so that one will be out of play, foul ball. But, I mean, I got to give a lot of respect to these LaPorte hitters. There's a lot of movement on Johnston's pitches, one of his talents. And they're not biting on anything. They're very good vision on the plate, not letting the movement kind of distract them or anything.
And Matsky ready. And another foul ball, almost out again. Still late on the fastball. 2-2 is still your count. 0 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. And if you're just joining us, I'm Cameron Qualls alongside Braydon Zamojski here on the Bulldog Network, bringing you spring Bulldog baseball action only on the Bulldog Network. Johnston, 2-2 pitch, ready, and swung another foul down the third base line. Still 2-2 here. Bulldogs leading 2-0.
This is where Johnston could get into some trouble here, throwing a lot of pitches at this at-bat for Callan Matsky.
And Callan Matsky ready for the third 2-2 pitch of this inning. And Matsky gets fooled by the breaking ball. Pickoff attempt is not successful, but Callan Matsky is retired for the first out of the 5th inning. And now back to the top of the lineup, right fielder Nate Moses. And we will have a mound visit here by Coach Steve Strayer. You think we're seeing Johnston being taken? Yep, and Johnston, as right as I say it, is walking off the field. He will be done here in the top of the 5th inning after 1 out. And it looks like Callan Fagursky will step onto the mound, the senior for the Bulldogs.
Callan Fagursky, one of the two, him and Logan Johnston, that I was able to have a conversation with on Dog Pound. Fagursky, the Olive Harvey College baseball commit next year to go to junior college. And we'll see if he can kind of bring in a different sort of momentum for the Bulldogs.
And you know, Braydon, I want to say while they're taking these warm-up pitches that you're a Michigan fan.
I am.
And Callan said on the show that he had ASU, Arizona, winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
And, of course, Michigan beat Arizona in the final. And I just want to know what your feelings are about that after and now that you've heard that.
I got to say, I mean, the better team always wins. And I do actually have to give a lot of props to Logan Johnston, who told me that he had Michigan winning, along with his teammate, Kaden Matuzak, who attends Michigan. They both had Michigan winning. They know ball, as the kids would say, as Michigan was the national champions last night. I was watching that game late with my father. Me and him are both huge Michigan fans. And that was an amazing game, and we definitely celebrated very good last night. Just a all-around great performance by the Maize and Blue, and so far a pretty good performance from the Red and White in the Bulldogs here today.
Callan Fagursky taking his warm-up pitches. Nate Moses ready to hit, as Jordan Anderson still sitting over there on first base.
Talking to his coach, maybe discussing some strategy of how to get a couple stolen bases on this very talented Bulldog infield.
And now we will have the next pitch finally as Nate Moses steps into the box. Callan Fagursky getting ready for his first pitch of the baseball game in the top of the 5th inning. Callan Fagursky with Anderson on first base, checks the runner. Fagursky, first pitch will be outside 1-0 count now for Nate Moses on the plate. Callan Figurski checks the runner and goes for the pickoff, will not get it. Anderson immediately gets back. Nate Moses looking to do something here with a runner on base. He is 0 for 2 so far in this game. It's Callan Figurski, 1-0 count. Figurski, and there it is, right to Caden Matusak, 6-4, and he can't go over to first, but they retire Jordan Anderson at second base. So nothing has changed for the Slicers as a runner is still on first, but now there are 2 outs. And number 4, Keegan Ramos, the second baseman, will go into the box for the Slicers. Callan Figurski gets his first out of the inning.
And of the game.
Of the game by infield play. Callan Figurski goes way outside and go for the pickoff. And Dunlap just grabbed it and was, as the kids would say, slinging that thing over to first base.
And Logan Johnston, who is a multi-talented athlete on this team, fills in at first base for Connor Trapp. So he was there to almost make that pickoff play.
Foul ball for Ramos. Even is your count, 1-1, 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. 2-0 is the score. Bulldogs leading. And Moses is on first base. Figurski checks first, gets ready for the 1-1 pitch, and it's out. Caden Matusak settles under it, and 1, 2, 3 outs as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning for the Bulldogs to show some more hitting as they just had a big last inning.
Yeah, Callan Figurski, comes in on relief for Logan Johnson. Is just does a very good job of getting that very quick last 2 outs for the Bulldogs, showing some relief for the Indiana commit. And even Logan Johnson filling in at first base. Not a terrible night for him. But we'll go to a quick break, and when we come back, 6th inning action, excuse me.
Oh, hurry up, I have to go.
Dude, you hit my car.
We all have places to get to after school. Whether it's trying to get to work or just making it home, no one wants to stay at school longer than they have to, especially if it's to deal with large insurance costs and a dented bumper. Being mindful of other drivers around prevents the possibility of causing a larger headache for yourself, your family, and other students. Be smart in the parking lots for your sake and everyone else's.
And welcome back to the Bulldog Network here for spring Bulldog baseball action. Bottom of the 5th inning is where we are here in this game. Crown Point Bulldogs versus LaPorte Slicers. Score is 2-0. Bulldogs leading through 4.5. And it looks like Cody Benedict is still on the mound for the Slicers through 5 innings. And number one, Carson Payne will come in to hit for the Bulldogs. A substitution. And catches the outside for strike 1.
Carson Payne, a talented junior on this team, just looking to add a little bit more offense for this Bulldogs team.
Carson Payne fouls it off. 0-2 count now as Cody Benedict is ahead to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Payne walking out the box to collect himself, getting ready to face the 0-2 pitch. Benedict winds. Payne fouling off, still 0-2. He is swinging at everything.
He walked out of the box once again, shaking his head and kind of Looked at his hand for about the second or third time. Just not very happy with this at bat.
A little too much pine tar. As Carson Payne gets ready for the second 0-2 pitch. Benedict winds up, and Payne will take the high ball. 1-2 count now with 0 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bulldogs lead 2-0 here. Carson Payne ready for the 1-2 pitch. Benedict wind outside. Now 2-2 even count here for Carson Payne. Cody Benedict trying to retire the first batter. And a foul ball for Carson Payne again as he hits himself on the head with his bat.
Not too happy with this at bat right now for Carson Payne himself.
Carson Payne ready for another 2-2 pitch. And swing and a miss for Carson Payne. Now retiring his first runner of the 5th inning. Cody Benedict now comes and faces Nomikos Zeronius. Of course, Carson Payne pinch hitting for Connor Trapp already in this game. As Zeronius gets ready. Swing and a miss. 0-1 now for Zeronius on the plate. And Benedict gets ready for the 0-1 pitch. High. And it will be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 with 1 out. Bulldogs leading 2-0. The windup in the pitch. And Zeronius hits it foul. 1-2 count now for Miko Zeronius. As now Benedict gets ready for the 1-2 pitch. And it's outside, doesn't catch a piece of the strike zone. Now even count for Cody Benedict.
Benedict doing a very good job early in this at bat of finding the strike zone, but as of late, struggling against the Bulldogs batter.
And a swing and left, and it will get down for a single. Zeroni not going to take 2 on that one, thrown in by Kirk. And now a ball on the ground for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now number 2, Nathan Sheets, back at the top of the lineup, trying to advance runners and get the Bulldogs in scoring position once again for the 2nd inning in a row. Nathan Sheets and picks off Zeronius, and it will not be successful.
I'm starting to get a theme here, Cam, about Cody Benedict, and that he likes to try to pick off runners at first base.
Really? You think so? And here we go. And fumbles the ball. And he won't get there. And Sheets is now running to second base. And there we go. A single turned into a double by an error.
Sheets turning the corner like a madman. Almost looked like Jack Sparrow in the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie when he's running on that white beach.
Nathan Sheets now at second base and Zeronius at third. And here we go as Kata Matusak is up batting now. Matusak, one of the best hitters on this team. Matusak getting ready to face his first pitch of the 5th inning. And Cody Benedict almost hits Kaden Matusak, going up and in. 1-0 count now for Matusak on the plate. 1 out still, 2-0 with runners on third and second. And now Kaden Matusak getting ready to face his second pitch of the at-bat. And that will be outside. Outside catching the zone. Now 1-1 with 1 out.
Kaden Matusak didn't look too happy with that call, so he kind of gave a little nod to the umpire after that one.
Cody Benedict getting ready. Looking over for a sign from his coach.
Potentially not knowing what to do without a runner on first base to attempt to pick off.
Timeout in the batter's box. Caden stepping back in. Cody Benedict ready for the 1-1 pitch. And swing and a foul.
I think that one did go into the softball field. I'm going to be totally honest.
Yeah, that went out of my view. And now 1 and 2 here for Caden Matusak on the plate. 1 out still. Caden Matusak getting ready, trying to advance the runners in scoring position. Caden Matusak, and that is high and outside now. 2-2 here for Caden Matusak, staying alive on the plate.
Matusak doing a good job at seeing a lot of pitches here from Benedict. Something that could come back to bite the Slicers pitcher.
And another miss. Full count now for Caden Matusak and Cody Benedict. Benedict looking to make the most of this pitch right here. One wrong move, and it will be bases loaded for the Bulldogs. And Caden Matusak hits a liner out too far to right field. It will be a foul ball. Still full count here for Caden Matusak.
That one going out into the batting cages on the right side of the Crown Point baseball facility.
Caden Matusak ready for another full count pitch from Cody Benedict. As Cody Benedict gets ready with runners on third and second. Benedict with the pitch, and Caden Matusak will swing and miss. 2 outs now, a big out for the Slicers, but here comes Sean Dunlap, 2 for 2 so far in this game with runners now in scoring position.
And this is exactly where the runners were last time. He had an at-bat and another chance to score some runs for Crown Point.
And now Sean Dunlap tossing something as he gets intentionally walked. I have never seen that in a high school baseball game before. Sean Dunlap intentionally walked over to first, loading the bases now for number 9, Max Gurnick, as he will hit instead of DH Connor Gaines. And Max Gurnick, a big tester here. And that is high for ball 1. And I apologize, it is Connor Gaines on the plate. I can't seem to see my numbers correctly. But Connor Gaines getting ready for the 1-0 pitch and hits one out to center field, and that will be settled under by Matsky. And a good decision to intentionally walk Sean Dunlap as he retires the final runner to end the 5th inning. When we come back, the 6th inning here on the Bulldog Network, bringing you spring Bulldog baseball action here.
Not everyone can be a champion in high school sports, but everyone can be a champion of high school sports.
That's right. Fans and parents can be champions. Coaches and officials, educators, and the media can all be champions of high school sports. I'm Paul Knighty, Commissioner of the IHSAA.
And I'm Assistant Commissioner Janie Ulmer. Being a champion of high school sports is about so much more than winning and losing, setting records, or raising trophies.
It's about supporting the mission of education-based athletics, preserving the opportunity for student athletes to grow and develop in the second classroom, and to protect high school sports for future generations to come.
Champions of high school sports are just one of the many reasons that education-based athletics in Indiana are so special.
And the easiest way to be a champion is by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic event.
This is showing support. This is championing high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Network here at the conference matchup between the Bulldogs and the Slicers. I'm Cameron Qualls alongside Braydon Zamojski here now at the top of the 6th inning as Callan Figurski is getting warm again. And LaPorte looking to put numbers on the board. They need to if they are going to compete in this game. Chad Russbolt, the first baseman, the first to hit for the Slicers. It hasn't been that competitive all day.
No, and I think this Crown Point team, you're going to see them kind of start to step up in these last 2 innings. They've not shut a team out all season. This could be their first as they lead 2-0. Again, we apologize for some technical difficulties without a score bug today. We'll just have to use our lovely voices to remind you of the Bulldog lead.
Russbolt gets ready to face his first pitch from Callan Figurski, and he will take strike 1, 0-1 count now for Russbolt. Figurski wasting no time taking pitch number 2, and it will be outside, 1-1 count now for Russbolt. Figurski readjusting his glove as he gets ready to throw pitch number 3. And another outside pitch, 2-1 count now. Figurski starts off behind in this inning. Needs to recollect himself, try and find his way back. Get some nerves out, the jitters, as we always call them. Figurski winds up, and there is a swing, and Sean looks like it might have hit.
The inside of his thigh looks like, as he just will walk it off. If he's going to play in the MLB, you got to be able to walk some of those off.
Sean Dunlap is okay, but it will be a foul ball. 2-2 count. With the count even, Callan Figurski gets ready to throw what he hopes to be the close-out pitch of this at-bat. Dunlap is telling the ump and his coach that he is okay. Just a little bruise.
Maybe a sigh of relief for the entire Bulldogs coaching staff. Their star player going out wouldn't be the best.
Figurski winds and pitches inside, and it won't catch the zone. Full count now. Figurski does not want to repeat history like we've seen this game do and walk the first runner of the inning for him. But Figurski, and it will be a timeout as Russbolt steps out of the box.
Something might be going off very well for the softball game as we hear eruptions of cheers.
And it will be ball 4 as Callan repeats history and walks his first batter of the inning. And now Cody Benedict comes up, the pitcher who has been very good all day, I will say. Now faces Callan Figurski for the first time. Russbolt on first after the walk. And now Figurski. And, you know, we see a substitution here at first base. Logan Johnston is now over at first after coming out for Figurski. And Figurski and a foul ball. Now 0-2 is your count with 0 outs. Score is still 2-0 here in the top of the 6th. And if you're just joining us, I'm Cameron Qualls alongside Braydon Zamojski here on the Bulldog Network, bringing you nothing but Bulldog baseball tonight. Figurski, 0-2 pitch. Checks the runner. Gets ready. And way outside for ball 1. 1-2 pitch now. Figurski getting ready. Cody Benedict stepping back in. The only lefty batter on this roster. And Figurski, and that is hit out to left center field. And it will be a single for Cody Benedict as Zeronius gets it in fast. I mean, there's nothing you can ask for from your pitcher than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great hit by Cody Benedict into left center. I mean, again, just was able to find that gap, the perfect gap to get on base. And this is what you need if you're LaPorte. I mean, it's only a 2-run game.
And pinch running will be Nate Moses. Or sorry, pinch running will be Joseph Kirk. Now as Callan
I believe that is
gets ready.
just the batting order.
And Joey Kirk swings. Yes. Pinch running on first base is number 2, James Morgan.
James Morgan for the pitcher.
Runners on first and second. Callan Fagurski getting ready for the 0-1 pitch. And swing and a miss now, 0-2. Good way to redeem himself after 2 runners get on base. Callan Fagurski, Joey Kirk getting ready. And that is high, ball 1. 1-2 count now for Joey Kirk. Left fielder steps back into the box. Callan Fagurski, runners on second and first, checks second twice, pitches, and he doesn't catch the zone. It was outside. 2-2 now, even here for Joey Kirk. Callan Fagurski needs to get an out on the board as he pitches, and it's inside, almost hitting Joey Kirk. Full count now. Callan is not happy. No activity in the Bulldog bullpen, and also no activity in the LaPorte bullpen.
I do not anticipate Callan Fagurski to finish this one off for Crown Point, but he very well could.
All right, full count pitch, 0 outs. Callan Fagurski in a swing and fouls it off behind us. Callan Fagurski needs to take a step, take a beep, and get ready, and needs to retire this runner if the Bulldogs don't want any potential problems with loaded bases. Callan Fagurski takes a breath, looks at the runner, gets ready, and he is outside, and it will be ball 4. And you saw the movement on that pitch. Thought he caught the outside of the zone, but bases are now loaded, and here comes Coach Strayer with a mound visit. And it looks like a possible pitching change. But nope, Callan Fagurski will stay out there.
Like another position change as Tyler Sheets had run on to the playing
and I think I saw
field.
Kaden Matusak walk off, so Tyler Sheets will be playing shortstop for Kaden Matusak. And Strayer just trying to pump up his team, and this is not a position you want to be in. Up 2, but with bases loaded. And now they will all come back, and it will be...
So Tyler Sheets will play third base.
Tyler Sheets will play third base for
like
Andrew Long.
Nathan Sheets will move over to shortstop.
And Xander Daly, the DH, will get ready to face Callan Fagurski. Fagurski sets up, and bases are loaded for the Slicers. An opportunity to capitalize on with 0 outs. Any pop fly will most likely get a run in for the Slicers. And we'll take a breaking ball for strike 1. 0-1 now is 0 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Fagurski needs to be pretty flawless here if they want to escape with minimal damage, and goes above his head for ball 1.
A very good pitch as a pitcher and catcher duo will run over to the bullpen for Crown Point, and that's actually Kaden Matuzak to the bullpen, which is something you don't normally see for Crown Point, but he has a very talented arm.
Yeah, Caden Matusek can definitely
That was the reason.
throw the baseball on the mound.
That was the main reason Michigan was recruiting him last school year and to make the commitment this year.
And a good strikeout for Callan Figurski, getting Daly to chase. And coming up is John Wrinkle, the third baseman. Callan Figurski really needs to keep on his A game with only one out here in the top of the 6th inning. Figurski goes outside, ball 1.
No, I think, Cam, right now we're seeing just the depth of this Crown Point team. You know, Logan Johnson isn't having the best game. Cal Figurski comes in, he moves over to first base. Ken Matuzak's able to come out when Figurski needs a little bit of a break, and we could see Ken Matuzak close the game out here. So, you know, just able to move people around to different positions and bring some other people in situations where they might need it.
And a great strike 2 by Callan Figurski. 1-2 count now with 1 out. A strikeout would be very big here for the Bulldogs, then creating a force out and a force end to this. And there's a pop fly. Center field settles under it and then whips it over to Johnson, but it will not matter as they score. They miss the out. Sean Dunlap cannot get a tag. And now the Bulldogs are only leading by 1 in the top of the 6th inning. 2 outs now, trying to get out of here again with minimal damage. As I said before, Callan Figurski needs.
Really going to have to do something special here.
Figurski checks second, pitches, and a swing and a miss by Jordan Anderson. Now 0-1 with 2 outs. Figurski kind of speeding up his approach. And there it is, and straight over to second base to make the damage minimal, as the Bulldogs will now hit in the bottom of the 6th inning to try and extend this lead and make sure that they can pull away and not be scared of losing it.
Callan Figurski doing a great job there. You know, bases loaded, got himself into a bit of a bad situation, but coming out with minimal damage, only 1 run on the board. And now Crown Point just is going to have to look to close this one out.
Cody Benedict still pitching for the Slicers. Surprising.
Yeah, you normally don't see that, especially in high school. I mean, Crown Point, they have pitchers who take days off, and sometimes they have pitchers who pitch some days. I mean, Riley Ackerman today, the junior, he won't probably see the mound today, which, I mean, talks about the depth of Crown Point, but, I mean, all props to Cody Benedict. Pitching this much is not something pitchers do anymore, but, I mean, he's able to do it and doing it well, only holding the Bulldogs to 2 runs here so far today.
Yeah, and Cody Benedict, I mean, he's had a solid game. You know, the scoreboard, I don't get me wrong, shows that the Bulldogs are winning, but Cody Benedict has been incredible this game against a very talented lineup.
Yeah, I mean, this Crown Point team is special, and then they're number 1 for a reason.
And getting ready to hit number 3, Brody Langens. He comes up, not being able to get contact so far this game. Langens facing Cody Benedict again. Brody Langens getting ready to try and make up for the strikeout earlier this game. And hits it all the way above, probably into the softball field again.
That one might have been a little too high. I don't really think that one reached. As our producer Luke Bazin goes and looks for us.
0-1 count for Brody Langens and Cody Benedict. Misses the zone low. 1-1 count here in the bottom of the 6th inning. If you are just joining us, I'm Cameron Qualls alongside Braydon Zamojski, here bringing you Spring Bulldog Baseball only on the Bulldog Network. And he will miss the zone again. Now the count being 2-1 with 0 outs. Bottom of the 6th. And outside again, 3-1. Behind by 2 pitches is Cody Benedict. Langham's not going to go for anything out of his, I guess, Goldilocks zone.
Yeah, not too hesitant, not too impatient there at the plate.
Ooh,
Except
and he
for
liked
that
that
one.
one. He liked that one, but can't get a piece of it. Full count now. These are always the tester pitches. And Brody Langhans makes contact, and it's a pop fly out to right field, and Moses will easily get that ball. 1 up, 1 down for the Bulldogs, hitting in number 13. Third baseman Andrew Long will show up. Of course, not fielding anymore, but he is still hitting for the Bulldogs. Tyler Sheets will not replace him in the hitting lineup.
And if you're Crown Point right now, you really need to get at least one more run on the board. I think with the way the game has been going, I don't really think a 1-run lead is safe going into the top of the 7th.
And first pitch, strike 0-1 now for Andrew Long. 1 out here. As Andrew Long gets ready to face the second pitch, and that will be outside. Now straight ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the next pitch. And inside strike. Now 1-2 is your count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Andrew Long getting ready to face his next pitch from Cody Benedict, who winds up and pitches. And that is high and outside. Now the count even, 2-2. Andrew Long takes a bit to collect himself as Cody Benedict winds up. 2-2 pitch. And Andrew will hit it and get it through the shortstop Jordan Anderson's hands. It is a single for Andrew Long, his first hit of this game. And here comes number 22, Logan Johnston, who is still hitting here in the bottom of the 6th. Andrew Long on first. And Cody Benedict still pitching here for the Slicers. No bullpen movement. There won't be for the rest of the game if I had to guess, because we only have 1 more inning to play.
Yeah, I don't think you can get warmed up in 1/2 inning.
Logan Johnston gets ready to face Cody Benedict again this game. And he goes to pick off Andrew Long, who gets back to base right on time. Andrew Long has been picked off a lot this game, or attempted to be picked off a lot this game. Johnston ready to face his first pitch, and that's inside, and Andrew Long is going to steal without a throw from catcher Noah Combs. He thought about it, and second baseman Ramos looked at him like he was confused.
Slicer's not too, I don't know, what would be the right word, desperate to make a throw there, try to get Long out at second?
Well, there's a big difference in baseball between playing conservative and playing scared.
I mean, that was a conservative player right there, in my opinion.
Now Logan Johnston, 2-0 count here for him on the plate. Benedict looks at second, will throw, and that will catch the zone for a strike. 2-1 count now with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Score is 2-1 Bulldogs. Logan Johnston getting ready for the 2-1 pitch. Benedict shaking off a few calls. Benedict will pitch, and that is inside. 3-1 now for Logan Johnston on the plate. A walk would be big here for the Bulldogs. get more runners in scoring position, more runners on base, more runs to potentially put up on the board and on this lead. And Johnston will take strike two, caught the inside. 3-2 now, full count for Logan Johnson with one out here and runner on second.
Almost thought that one may have been outside of the zone. Thought he was walked as he almost threw his bat after that.
And he got him looking with the outside pitch. Cody Benedict being able to do that well all day. Retiring Logan Johnson for the second out of this inning. Logan Johnson's most likely final at-bat of this game. And here comes Carson Payne, who is still batting for Connor Trapp. Payne coming in with 2 outs and a runner on second, looking to make something out of this inning. And that is outside again. I have to, Cody Benedict is great at finding the outside strike.
Absolutely. I mean, Logan Johnston looked at 2 that he thought were outside. That led to his demise. Carson Payne will not make the same mistake.
Will hit a foul. 0-2 count now with 2 outs. This could very well be the last pitch of the inning, and then the Bulldogs have to get 3 outs to stop the Slicers from making the comeback. For right now, Payne gets ready as Benedict gets squared, checks long, goes through, and didn't catch the inside on that one. It is now 1-2 for Carson Payne at the plate. 2 outs here for the Bulldogs. Cody Benedict getting ready to try and put this inning away. Cody Benedict, and gets him on the outside pitch. Once again, another back K for Cody Benedict. Carson Payne retired. Andrew Long left on base. And that will be the end of the 6th inning. And when we come back, it will be the final inning, top of the 7th here on the Bulldog Network, where we see if LaPorte can make this comeback.
What makes education-based athletics in Indiana different from other youth sports programs?
Our coaches genuinely care about their student athletes as people, not just as athletes. And their top priority is teaching and mentoring, not winning and losing.
Our student athletes play for the love of the game. They have pride in their school and community. They want to represent something bigger than themselves.
Our parents and fans know the student athletes on the team. They've seen them grow up and care about them. They paint their faces, pack the stands, and cheer loud and proud. I'm Robert Falkins.
And I'm Carrie Rosati. We're both assistant commissioners of the IHSAA. High school sports in Indiana couldn't be more different from other youth sports programs.
And we wouldn't have it any other way. Be a champion of high school sports and buy a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is keeping education in front of athletics. This is passion you won't find anywhere else. This is your IHSAA.
Teachers, they're human too, you know. Teachers work hard every day to make learning a rewarding process. They go above and beyond for their students. Be kind to your teachers every day to show them your appreciation. It's simple. Answer their questions in class, say hello to them in the hallways, or tell them to have a good weekend. A small gesture like this could make their day. Remember, teachers are human too. Show them some respect.
And welcome back to the Bulldog Network as the sun is setting on this game. Top of the 7th inning, the 7th and final inning. Callan Figursky getting ready to try and put this game away. Callan Matsky at the plate. It is 2-1 Bulldogs. Bulldogs 6 hits to LaPorte's 3, and LaPorte having 1 error while Crown Point has none. Strike 1 swinging for Matsky. 0-1 now to start the inning as Figursky goes for his second and almost hits him again. And Callan kind of smiling after that pitch. He knows he either scared him or he just released it wrong. I can't really tell. And Callan will get the strike. Now 1-2. Sorry for the graphic mishap. We are having technical difficulties on the back end, but Callan Figurski, it will be a pop-up. Logan Johnston settles under it and will get the first out of the final inning. And here, back at the top of the batting lineup, Nate Moses, the right fielder, is ready to hit for the Slicers. 1 out, top of the 7th inning. Score is 2-1 Bulldogs. And Callan Figurski goes through, and it's hit right over to Andrew Long, who is back in the game. And Logan Johnston can't get the ball in his mitt. Moses will stay at first base, and that is not good for this Bulldog team, now having the winning run, or the tying run on base.
We saw one bounce out of Logan Johnson's glove when he was on the mound, and that just happening once again over at first base. Just unfortunate.
Now,
for
like
this
you
Crown
said,
Point
it's
team.
cold.
It's cold.
It's cold.
We'll give them a little bit of slack, but at some point,
It's crunch time.
Those got to be caught, and it is crunch time.
Callan Figurski checks the runner, goes for the pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1 now with 1 out. Top of the 7th, runner on first. Callan Figurski, it's ready again. Nate Moses on first base. Checks the runner and will not get the call at the top of the strike zone. 1-1 now for Callan Figurski. Ramos getting ready and hits it up. Figurski, and there it is. 1 and 2. A double play to end the game. Crown Point comes out of a tight one, winning the game 2-1. Logan Johnson able to squeeze his glove on first base to get the final out, and that will be the end of this game. It was a tough one.
I mean, we saw about 4 innings without a score. Crown Point able to break through with that 2-run RBI single, and then just never looking back after Callan Figurski coming in for relief. I mean, he kind of forefronted this win for Crown Point, but I mean, the two teams will face off again tomorrow at LaPorte, and I expect another fight.
Logan Johnston pitching for about 3 innings, and Callan Figurski coming in, finishing the job. The Bulldogs escaping a very tight game here, coming out with a strong 2 runs in the 4th inning, and then LaPorte almost crawling back in the 6th. But for us here in the studio, that will be all from us today, and we thank you all for listening wherever you may be listening. And for Braydon Zamojski, I'm Cameron Qualls, and we'll be back with Bulldog Baseball next time.